What's going on, y'all? So today I'm gonna be building a pedal board. I finally have all the pieces for what is essentially going to be my rig for this upcoming tour and all future tours to come. I'm sure at some point this will be moved around and things will be changed, but this is meant to be like the be all end all. I put a lot of money into this rig because I needed something that was going to be efficient, lightweight, and super easy to set up. So without further ado, let's talk about the components. Okay, so most importantly, we got the quad Cortex. This is going to be the main brains of the rig. This is a direct rig. There will be no amps, no cabs, none of that. As you can see, I got it set up right now as an interface. I'm about to unplug all of this, but the entire pedal board is just two pedals, my quad Cortex and my brand new Shure GLX D Plus system. Now let's travel over here. What I got is a tour case and pedal board from Pedal Train. This is their Classic Junior. So if you can imagine here, we got pedal board, these two things about to right there. To power everything, I have a Shox. I think that's how you say that, Shox DC7, and also their Crux. And what the Crux is going to allow me to do is power the quad Cortex without a ton of extra cabling. I think it was like 60 bucks. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. I also got 3 brand new cables from D'Addario. These are just because I'm kind of tired of having to find cables at venues every night, and having 3 of my own that I'll be able to properly label by color is great. It's just like peace of mind, so I don't have to worry about that on the road. And then finally, really, I got these off Amazon actually. I should have said that. I got all of this stuff apart from the pedals from Sweetwater. Shout out Tad, I appreciate you, man. But these I got off of Amazon. And what these are going to do, the whole point of these like extensions, is instead of having to pull cables in and out of my quad Cortex every night, because like the way this is going to be set up, I would have to plug and unplug this every night, and I don't want to do that to the unit. So instead, I'm going to plug these extensions in, and then I can plug the cable in and out of the extension every night. It's a lot cheaper to replace one of these than it is to replace one of these if something gets snagged or yanked or whatever. So that's all of that. That's all the components. I should have said this earlier. I'm touring with Mike's Dead. Next month we're going to be on the road supporting In This Moment, and we'll be there. We have the first couple of shows we got with Motionless in White. It's going to be sick. And then we're going to be with Icy Stars and Kim Dracula and In This Moment for the remainder of the run. Very excited. So being that we're the opening band, I want to make sure I'm efficient and we are efficient and we sound really good. And that's what this rig is going to allow me to do. So without further ado, let's build this dang thing. I'm change the camera angle here, give you all a top down, and let's get into it. First things first, I'm gonna have to pull the quad Cortex and all that stuff out. But we got our pedal board here, and what I'm gonna do is put the pedals on here, kind of figure out where it fits best, and then I'm gonna place the Velcro on top of that. Just by looking at it, I'm guessing I'm just gonna do these bottom 3 rows. I bought this specific pedal board because I wanted these extensions I was showing y'all to somehow get mounted to this last row. And if this works how I think it's gonna work, this is gonna look really great and perform incredibly well. So let's get them pedals pulled off and see how this all fits. All right, so I got the quad down here, and then I got my Shure, and this is basically how I want the setup to be. I don't know if I want to move this down here, keep it up here, probably down here, right? And that's it. Very simple. I'm going to change out this cable to a much shorter type of system or type of thing if I can, and everything else will be plugged in here. Next thing to do is to get this Velcro put on here and then put on the pedals. So let's do that. All right, I got the Velcro on the pedal board. Now I gotta put the other type of Velcro on the Cortex and the Sure, let's do it. Pedals are on, seem to be sturdy enough. I will definitely be adding some zip ties, I think. Just some added security. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. But that's what it's looking like for now. Now let's open up these. So this is our power supply. Chuck's DC7. And a just mess of cables. All right, where's the other box? Let me show you all the crux. For those that don't know what this thing is. This is a little guy. And this thing is what's going to provide 12 volt power. Pretty sure I set this thing to 12. There we go. All right, so let's get this thing put on here, figure out where it's gonna go on the back side. So maybe I should do the zip ties first. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so got a towel down here. I'm going to flip this over, all right? And then these gotta go somewhere. Oh, that would be fucking cool. If that just fit in there like that. Oh man, that would be nice. Because this is my power cable and this is the only thing I'm gonna have to plug and unplug every night. So maybe it would be better if I put on the side right there. Put this thing, I don't know, right there. I mean, the way it fits in this pedal board makes me think it's probably supposed to go in there like that. Huh. Well, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on this, find out how to plug everything up correctly, and then I'll figure out how to put it on here. So I got a little bit ahead of myself, but not too far ahead. Let's take a look down here. So I was doing this stuff off camera because I just didn't want to do something wrong on camera for y'all. But as you can see, everything is powered up and working great. Now this kind of gets to why I have these extensions here. Again, I don't want to plug things in and out of my quad Cortex every night. So I'm about to go to like Home Depot or something and see if I can find some clamps to drill down into the pedal board, just like a U-clamp. What's up, little bro? I just got one. This is going to be for the input of my microphone, my vocal mic. And here we have the two outputs, one for the guitar and one for the vocal. Very simple. And again, I'm going to try to get something to screw these down in place. But before we do that, let me pull these off so I can show you what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah. Check it out. An incredibly simple setup. So this really shows you what the crux allows me to do here. I'm going from the 5 volt or 24 volt DC out, and this just loops into the input of the crux, and from the output, that cable is what's powering the quad Cortex. So that's it. And then over on this side, I just got one cable coming from one into my wireless unit. And that is it. So was this a very expensive way to essentially power up 2 pedals? Yes. But now I have guaranteed clean power everywhere I go. It's not something I ever have to stress about or worry about. And it's gonna be reliable night to night, no matter how dirty the power of the venue is. And flipping it back around here, you can see everything is nice and stable and sturdy and steady. No jangling. I secured the crux in the DC7 with Velcro as well as these zip ties. I'm still contemplating whether I want to zip tie this stuff down. I'm probably not going to because it's a lot more sturdy than I thought. So yeah, next step, go to Home Depot, find something to, get these down there with. And this cable will probably get replaced. But other than that, that's the whole thing. So let's get this wrapped up, y'all. Let's go. All right, and y'all are seeing everything done and connected up. None of my cables are running to anything, but this is just test fitted. So I can explain to y'all what's going on here and what the plan was from the beginning. So you see these extenders, right? I will never have to unplug this unless they break from my quad Cortex. That means every night when I'm plugging cables in and out, it's just gonna be, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but yeah. Here we go, just pull these out. And they're pretty solid in there. There we go. So what's happening here? Let's talk about this really quick. Signal path, guitar goes into my wireless pack, the wireless receiver right here. That's going to feed into the guitar input of the quad Cortex. Let's actually plug this thing in, huh? See if it actually works. Yeah. Moment of truth. Oh, we like to see some lights. We like to see it. I'm gonna give this thing a second to turn on. Come right back. Okay, and we're back. Good to know that everything is working as it is supposed to. So back to what I was saying. We have the guitar input from the wireless, and this is going to be my vocal input for my microphone. I also got these zip ties, which help me keep track of everything along the way. Orange is microphone, red, guitar, blue, vocal, out. Just got this in the back of my head at this point. So then we have 2 outputs running. Check this out. Guitar coming from the left and vocal coming from the right. Same thing, guys. Look at this. Everything's labeled. Guitar out, Vox in. Super simple. Even though this is my rig, like, I don't want to trip myself up. I don't want to make things more difficult than they need to be. So let's flip this around and see what's going on the backside here. Try not to break anything. Okay. Okay, so I got the board gently placed down, and you can see the cable management back here. So my DC7, it's just this one cable. Got one tie going there, okay. From output 1, I have one very short cable running to my GLX, and that's running off 9 volt. And then from my 24 volt out, we got our cable running into my crux. And from the output of the crux, we have the power going to the quad Cortex. I know you can't really see where that cable's going right there, but I promise you it's the quad Cortex. And that's the entire back. I made sure to keep this bottom vented portion of the quad Cortex open. It might seem like the Velcro's covering it, but it's not. That's the completely open portion for venting and heat and all of that. And otherwise, I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Very nice. All right, y'all, so that turned out to be an all-day project. That took me like 8 hours to finish with the trips to Home Depot and back, but check it out. This is what we got. Right here is the finished board. Everything runs. It's very solid. And that was my biggest concern with getting a pedal train over a Temple audio board, was how well everything would fit. And how did it feel? I have no worries about any of this stuff falling off. The inputs and the outputs with these XLR extensions worked even better than I could have imagined them, even better than I wanted it to. Everything is just nice and neat and organized. I'm very stoked about it. I'm very excited to put this out in front of my feet every night for these shows and just spend like all of 60 seconds setting up and then getting back to work. So way more to come on this, guys. This was just like a pedalboard build type of video / insight into why I set this up the way I did. So shout outs here. Shout out Neural DSP, Doug, Kara, and Max for getting me this unit. I love you guys. Shout out Tad with Sweetwater. He hooked me up and helped me get all of this stuff for the pedalboard to put it together. And shout out my boy Mike Stead for hiring me to be the resident 6-string slayer of the band. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, y'all. That's it for today. I'll see you next time.